This is Mark Bell, SuperTraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. Here we got some max effort squats going. You see a couple guys doing some box squats, and you can see myself and Kara Weston doing some squats into some chains. Squats into chains are just a slightly different movement than the box squat, but you want to move in a similar fashion. I actually think it's a great way to teach people how to squat, is to squat into those chains, especially raw lifters. The pattern, the movement pattern could be a little bit more similar to a regular raw squat as opposed to the way a box squat would feel. There's Kara using some pretty good form, got the wide stance there, keeping a pretty good upright posture. And that's what the chains can teach you. The chains can teach you to keep an upright posture and try to get some movement out of your hips rather than just lowering your chest down and touching the chains. And you can see for myself, I'm still squatting a couple of miles high. But just one step at a time for me with the old legs. Got to, there's a good shot of her really kind of sitting into that pocket, as I like to call it. Sitting into the briefs and forcing the knees out. Not everybody's going to squat the same, so there's going to be a lot of variation with the way that some of these moves look, some of these movements look. You can see there I go squatting into the chains again and trying to keep an upright posture as much as I can, trying to move fast on this day. That was the main thing for me, is I'm kind of going back and forth right now between speed work and max effort work. There I am with the Niners hat representing my boy, Alex Smith. They're my boys because they played so good last year, but if they bomb out this year again, I'll have to pick a new team. I used to like the Jets, but come on, what's going on with them? There's Riley. Riley's form is improving a lot. He's a lot sturdier with the weight. There's Ryan Cove. Always has really good form. I'm expecting him to really be able to crush some big weights at some point because of that form. He'll be able to take advantage of that mobility. There's a good squat by Kara. And here comes Mr. Robot Pants. Mr. Robot Pants, I didn't think this was impossible. He achieved the impossible along with Silent Mike. Both the guys bombed out on a voiceover, which I didn't think was possible. But once again, they proved me wrong, as usual. Here goes Silent Mike. I believe it's around 5 bills right here. Smoke show. Could have done a set of 10. He could have walked that out, did a lunge with it, and then he could have done a couple sets of lunges, maybe a couple sets of step-ups with that weight. Here's Cove, good explosive, strong squat from him. Kind of notice a pattern with each guy. Everyone's got the knees going out. That's something that we really preach here at Super Training, is to try to spread that floor apart. You're trying to push outward on the sides of your shoes. So I lowered the chains a little bit here, trying to cheat a little bit less. I still got to probably get my eye level up a little higher. Keep the head up. There's Mike going again. Actually, that was 500 right there. That was 500 or 505 maybe, I think. I tried to get a lot of sets in on this day. Every set was done with about 5 bills. Trying to get my timing back down. Here's Riley. See, he got caught up in the hook there a little bit. He does a great job of forcing his knees out. That's actually probably the best squat I've ever seen the guy do. He's making a lot of progress in his squat suit, and it's because he's getting into his squat suit. I mention this a lot. You got to get used to these movements. You got to get used to your gear, and you got to get used to the actual movement itself. You can't squat off a box. You can't do this or you can't do that. You got to learn how to actually do it first, and then you can squat on a box. Here's Mike doing some reps. I believe he gets this one for a set of 4. This is 465 pounds, I think. He's really just, he's made a lot of improvements since working here at Super Training. And he's doing the meet November 3rd. So look for him to rival Stan Efferding. He should be right there with him. Here's Riley going again. He's a little high there, but still, again, the form is what we're looking for here. Is the form, and we're trying to perfect that form over a period of time. Here goes Cove again, really sitting into that gear. Got a little funky on that one. Weights are starting to get heavy, but I think that was about 600 pounds. And the guy only weighs about 210 or something like that, 205. That one really got screwed up there from Riley. It looks like he sat that one into his knees too much, and he couldn't do much with it afterwards. Mr. Robot Pants always has good form. Really not much to say to him. Cove doing some reps. It's going to be a matter of Ryan, getting underneath the heavy weights and getting used to his squat gear, getting used to his squat suit. That's all it's going to take for him to squat something big. Got a little bit of a cramp there. Here's Torta making an appearance. I think he like kind of tweaked his groinage a little bit on this day, so he just kind of stayed light. Here's Riley going again. See how he's doing all that shit with his head again, and then he's just sitting into the knees too much. You want to sit back into that suit. You want to sit back into your hamstrings. That's why we work them so damn much. Maybe I need to talk to Riley about working on those hammies more so he can actually use them. This Robot Pants banging out some reps like it ain't no thing. You got to hit up those GHRs. You got to hit up the stiff leg deadlifts. You got to hit up the reverse hyper. I've been working on doing a little bit more reverse hyper work myself lately, and been going a lot heavier on them, and it's been feeling pretty good so far. So far, so good. So what? Here goes Riley again. See, the chest is up. A little less with his head, but he's still got kind of caught up on those knees. You want to continue to sit back, or not even so much back, but just like down, and continue to open up at the hip. And that's what you're going to need to do. And that is it from supertraining.tv.